Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Whew, child. Last night, well, we had a time last night over at Yvette Says, child. Y'all have to check out that live. But today we are here to talk about the interview with Lagena and the Governess. And child, it really, really, really got interesting. We have a lot to get into, so let's get into it.
Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you get right. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get any feelings. Hey, I need some love.
All right, we are here. I want you guys to get into this thumbnail as I am getting ready to pull up the content. Get into this. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to make this very, very, very clear. This is a copyright fair use, and we are here just to break down this interview. Is really not breaking down the reader, the governess, is mainly to break down the cold hearted truth. And what's so interesting is a walk with the ancestors is her channel name. Actually, let me go ahead and put her link to this video in the chat right now. Give me a second. But I want you guys to go over and check the full interview from start to finish. I'll just be doing clips here and there and discussing. But we all know that this all started, how Jaguar got connected with Lagena was through Sean Davy Way. And it was a story on what TikTok. And the Lagena was saying that she was Aaliyah's and R.Kelly's daughter. And so, of course, it sent everybody up into a frenzy. And it went viral. And so Lagena ended up being transported to Jaguar. And there were a lot of underhanded moves, and there were more people involved that the people knew about. Okay. And to be honest, I knew that there was something, you know, something going on with Lagena. She just needed special care. I'll say that to be fair. And not to bash anybody that has shortcomings, but I knew that there was something going on. She's very much so calculated. She does her research, because if you really think about it, everybody was thinking that she was just this innocent young girl. And I think that's how she got everyone's attention, is because she looks so youthful. Shout out to Black Lives Matter. Okay, because black don't crack if you take care of your body. Okay. Now, with that being said, the relationship started acting up with Jaguar's husband Goomba. Lagena was there, and she was there to cause friction. She was there to cause friction any way that she could. This woman sat up here and told everybody that somebody was after her at her apartment when it was really given Joe's apartment. It was the roaches. It was the roaches. Okay. So without further ado, let's do this in orderly fashion. We're going to give you some music. And let me put the governess link in the chat so you guys can go over and check her out. When I tell you the woman don't play, she be on point. Oh, this was another fact. I want you guys to take heed to the beginning of this video, how Lagena's vibe is. Let me get to where she just comes on. This is Lagena's vibe. I want you guys to check out her smile. I want you to check out her energy. And I want you to just really, really, really pay attention. Let me do some housekeeping. We have Sonia, maybe here. She says, "Sis, hey sis, I'm gonna try to make it. If not, sleep." Oh, is Sonia sleep? She says, "This sad, this said, this said I, this sad am child." Oh, she must be sleep talking. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the clip. And once again, I want you guys to be mindful of how energetic and how happy Lagena is to be here. Oh.
Hi.
Hey, greetings. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am well. I am well. So this is kind of a long time coming. I don't know if you know that or not. It's a long time coming. The first time I interacted with you was because JAGUARWRIGHT called me one rising and wanted me to speak to you. You remember that?
Not really. She just had, from what I heard, it was like negative things about it.
Okay, let's stop it right there. This woman said it was one rising. Well, the governess said it was one rising. Jaguar had reached out and she was interested. Lagena said that she did not know that. Lie number one. But let's go. Make sure you guys go over and follow A Walk with Our Ancestors. That are her channel right there. Well, actually, this is the live stream. I'll put her channel up in just a second. Let's go ahead and flow through. Okay.
So I didn't know you didn't want to talk to me. It was just different from her end.
Okay, understood. Okay. So you reached out to me via Miss Genesis Saturday. Tell me why you reached out to me.
She had shown me the Baten video, and then I do feel spirits around too. So I felt his presence, and then what you was describing is sometimes what I feel too. So I felt like he was accurate, and it would be you talking to the spirits, and I feel like that's the goal for me. I feel like you were accurate to that end.
So, okay.
And then
so you have seen some of my work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I always give a speech, and let me say gratitude for saying that about my session with Baten and Miss Genesis.
Yeah.
So I always give a kind of a speech before I begin. Okay. And so that's what I'm going to do because I know that you are new to me. I take what I do very seriously. And so I'm going to give you my speech and we're going to jump on into it. Okay. So first of all, my name is Quatita Dean. I call myself an ancestral interpreter. I simply interpret the information given to me by the ancestors.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention. Lagena is taking all this in. And this is what you call, ladies and gentlemen, setting the foundation. This is who I am. This is what I do. I'm here. I'm throwing all my cards on the table. Don't BS me. This is the foundation, ladies and gentlemen. Take heed.
You may call them angels, guardians, or guides. I reference them as our loved ones crossed over into the spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say my prayer, my reverence, and we're going to dive into it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, right here, Lagena is very aware of healers, spiritual readers. She's very familiar with it. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, Governess says, we're going to start. I'm going to say my prayer. And what does Lagena do? Lagena decides that she's going to make her voice known so she can tamper out anything that was supposed to be interpreted. But what she failed to realize is she didn't do her research. Absolute, my. She didn't do her research. And and to see the full video, this is Governess channel. That is her channel right there. You can just hit the link, it'll take you right to her channel. She didn't she thought that she could wiggle her way out of this. And see, Lagena should be lioness, because she likes to lie. She likes to lie. She couldn't tell the truth if her savior came down here today and said, give me the truth. But let's get into it. The link to Governess channel is definitely right here. If you guys want to go over and see the full video without my commentary, you can definitely do this. This is fair use, and we are just doing research and we're doing a breakdown. I feel like we all deserve a breakdown, being that Lagena brought us here. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. Let's get into the content. So Lagena is trying to block out something.
All right.
See Lagena's praying in her head.
You nervous? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
How about you?
No, she's not good. She was over there praying in her head. As the governess was praying, Lagena tried to interfere with that prayer. She first made a sound, and she decided to go into her own prayer. She closes her eyes. She gets very silent, and she starts rocking. And she wasn't done with her prayer, because when the governess says something, it took her a minute to reply. But let's get into it, because this is the breakdown. And I want you to know this. When you're going to a spiritual healer or reader, be 100. Set the foundation on honesty. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to see what I pick up on. Okay. Now, when I do this work, Lagena, I hear names. So it's either going to be the name or the initial to the name they're trying to get me to. Okay. And it doesn't mean that the person that I'm speaking of, doesn't mean that they're passed away or crossed over. They can still currently be living, but we're acknowledging for some reason. Okay. I am aware that Lagena is not your biological name, but I'm going to call you that because that's what you go by. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, Miss Lagena, Miss Lagena. Rule number 1. You can't fool everybody. Rule number 2. If you did nothing wrong, if it's not a lie, you don't have to backpedal. You don't have to guess. You don't have to think, because the truth does not change. And with that said, Governess, give her what she deserves.
First, I want to understand, where does the D name come in for you? How do you connect with that D name, please?
D. Is it a guy, like a?
Don't know if that's male or female, but I hear it, so I'm just going to acknowledge it. I know it's a D name, and I know it's connected to you.
I grew up with a guy named, what is D? David. I'm not sure if that's it or.
Okay.
But he's still living. So,
okay.
Well.
Is it 5 in your family, like siblings? Is it 5 of y'all?
The people I grew up with is David. Yeah, he's a brother, adopted brother. So.
Say it one more time.
David, as far as my adopted brother, yeah, him.
Oh, okay. So in total, your siblings that you grew up with is 5 of y'all?
The people I grew up with was more than 5, but he was the one I grew up with the longest, because the same households the majority of the time.
Okay.
So yeah.
The question is, how many siblings did you grow up with? And Lagena decides to get on the merry-go-round. She decides to get on the merry-go-round, and she's searching for answers. She's searching for, what did I say? She's looking for her next line. I want you guys to really, really, really pay attention. And how I want you guys to pay attention to Lagena's eyes. Her demon in there is, oh my God, it was rumbling through this live. Sometimes her eyes get buck. Sometimes they're relaxed. She's all fidgety, searching for a way out. Governess, give it to her.
If that sounds so.
Okay, understood. And then what's the braces? Who has braces? Who is the person that had the braces in the mouth?
Oh, I do know a girl. She do have, her name do start with a D, and she do have braces. Probably Desiree, maybe.
Okay.
But
and
I didn't grow up with her.
How do you know her?
I would say she was the first person I met in the family I grew up around. So I think she's she was my original friend at first / cousin.
Does she look possessed right now to you guys? Like, does she look like she's telling us a story with her eyes? Does it seem like somebody is there with her? Because the energy that I'm getting is, I'm not telling the truth. I'm not telling the truth. I'm ready. Let me go ahead and sing my spirituals in my head and pray that this woman don't tear off into me like a steak that just arrived on the table. but it's more to get into. Governess, let her have it. And actually, give me 1 second, guys. I'm actually going to read this comment before I press play again. Michelle Crawford, welcome. She says, "Hello. I said that girl was dark. I also said something was done to Jag and family because Jag had gotten worse allegedly. It was her. It was her over there conjuring up things. And a lot of people wanted to say, oh, Solar was this and that. Jag and her husband did not separate over that. They separated once Lagena was still around, and I feel like Lagena was amping something up. Lagena loved to see Jaguar, as much as she say that she didn't like to be woken up to watch YouTube videos and things like that. She loved that. That was her. That's what got her going. She saw the attention Jag was getting. She saw the stunts Jag was pulling, or what I feel like Jag was put through all that. Yeah, she's very dark. Very dark. And look at her. She's going out of her emotions. First, she's upbeat. Now she looks tired. Then she's gonna open up her eyes like she had just smoked one. Chaotic demon, exactly. Now, the full video is on the Governess channel. This is her link right here. I want to definitely give her credit. She, and her name is on the screen as well. She did an amazing job on this. When I tell you, patience is a virtue, and just, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, hold on. I just subscribed to her. Yes. And make sure you set your notifications. She goes live all the time. And it's some messages over there. You know, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Okay. Now let's burn out on this content.
Okay. So I want to understand something. Did the abuse start like 12 or 13, or is that when the bullying started?
The abuse?
The abuse or the bullying, is that at 13 or 12?
I would say younger. I feel like as far as like getting whoopings and stuff, like younger.
I want to acknowledge, tell me why 12 or 13 is significant for you.
12 or 13.
Well, Lagena, it was the 12 play that you were listening to that convinced you that R.Kelly was your daddy. All that 12 play. Yeah. That's where it come from. Special delivery. Let's go.
See, there's two ages that stand out to me. That's the age of 12 and the age of 15. Okay. So this is the thing. I know that there was bullying. Okay. I understand that there was bullying. I don't know if they came from inside of your house or if they came from school.
You said 12. If I was 12 or 13, I'm not sure, because I feel like they was always name calling the cousins. So I feel like maybe, or did something, because I also don't have memories. So I'm not sure if that might have been something that's blocked out, or is it something that time I was supposed to remember, or so.
How familiar are you with my work?
I've seen a few videos that you
See, and this is where it gets interesting because, in my opinion, and for watching it, it was like Governess was like, okay, you're not being real. You think this is a joke. So, just for clarification for the audience, so when I give you these looks, or when I'm really about to get to the core of the problem and identifying the source, I want you to be mindful that you knew who I was and you knew my work. So that was just confirmation. The governess handled this. Oh, it was fabulous. But let's go ahead and get into it.
did, because I'm not trying to say too much, because other people informed me that I did forget something. I'm not sure if it's when I was 12 or 13, or and if it was school, I did get into it with people, but I wouldn't say that was bullying. I feel like, but
what would you reference?
I did hold my own down.
Was a lot of it your skin complexion?
I didn't feel like that until probably high school or after high school a little bit. But maybe it was her, because they used to, make jokes and stuff about everybody. So their form of time was to talk shit about people, and I didn't like it from them. That's why I stayed back from them. I don't know if that was that year or it wasn't more than that.
So now she decides to ask the question, right? Now she's asking for answers. She's asking you for the answers, and now you're trying to see if your lies, if she's detected your lies. And I'm here to tell you she been detected your lies when you first got on. After she said her prayer and was ready to go, she knew. But see, this is my thing. You were going to have to come and face the music one day or another. Let's get into it. She's not.
You said 12 or 13.
Yeah. Oh, Lagena. So listen. I'm never going to lie. I'm never going to hide anything. I'm always going to be very, very transparent. Okay.
Yeah.
The ages of 12 and 15 stand out to me. And it stands out because, one, there's something about your mom. And I mean your mother, your biological mother, the mother who birthed you, not this whatever has been going on. I mean,
now check out Lagena's body language. At this point, she's upset. I don't know if she thought that Governess was gonna go with her foolery and go with the script, as they would call it. But apparently you didn't do your research. Apparently you thought that you had the key to the secrets of avoiding being called out and avoiding the truth being told. You've done your research. The foundation was set at the beginning of the live. Straight up, we're going to do this. You reached out, you wanted to speak, and here we go. Fort Bill F says, I knew Lagena was a liar. And now this is the face that she makes when she gets caught up. This is the face that she made when she got caught up. Shantae Rich says she thought she could play the governess and got played. Listen here, like a $2 hoe. Girl, wrong, wrong plan and wrong man, okay? Grand Rising. Hey, Sonia. All right. If y'all ready to get into it, y'all let me know. Should we press on? Should we get into it? Should we continue with the content? Should we continue with the content? This is the breakdown. Because when I saw it, I was supposed to go live last night and the spirit said, nope. And then I got on YouTube and then I saw the interview. I said, thank you. And then I had rescheduled my live. Okay. I said, ooh. And as I was watching it, I was getting a breakdown from the spirit as well. Liars look left too. See, she's going to do a lot of that in this video. Sonia says she's still saying Leah, her mom, LOL. Yes, and see, this is the thing. She thought that Governess was going to go with the script and that, I don't know if she just really, like, this woman is the truth. And you saw her videos. You saw the truth. You saw testimonials. This is not just as somebody saying, oh, I'm a spiritual healer. Oh, I'm a governess. Oh, I am a high priestess. No. You have some people that lie, but baby, be careful what you get. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Okay. She wanted to play a stupid game. Now she's about to get her stupid prize. Let's go. I'm not sure. Okay, well, the link is in the chat if you want to see the full video, but let's try to stay on topic and let's try to keep up, okay? Shantae Rich says she took an ancestry test, but it doesn't show anything. It tests. It does, but she's not showing everybody because she has a lot to hide. Lagena is definitely a liar. She's definitely making all the liars proud. Let's get into it. The breakdown.
The mother who birthed you that made you feel some sort of way. I need to acknowledge that. I also need to acknowledge the feelings of not being like everyone else or not feeling accepted inside of where I was or where I grew up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as being in that grown up with them, I didn't feel accepted. Or I always felt like they treated me differently. But as far as that specific time frame, them ages, I'm not sure. I do acknowledge that they was abusive. I do acknowledge that, but it was just, as far as specific, like you want something for me to tell you something specific, I'm not sure what you want me to say.
Got it. No, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to like hear me and, you know, whatever you understand, then you just let me know.
Yeah.
So I need to skip ahead to 21 and through 21, 22, and 23 years old. Okay.
Okay, at this point, Lagena is running around, scrambling in her head. Because see, the thing about a lie is once you tell one, you got to tell another one. And then you got to remember the lie. You got to remember the lie. Listen, here it's 5 o'clock somewhere because baby, I'm sorry, y'all. I've got to do this. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It doesn't show anything because her family, which she denied, showed up. Absolutely. And she tried to make it seem like, you know, nobody was for her and things like this. Like she was just, like I said, it was pretty much, she was in that apartment fighting with those roaches. She had Joe's apartment 2.0. There was an exterminator trying to come and get into Lagena, Joe's apartment 2.0, to kill those roaches. Hmm. And she conjured up a story. Hey, Queen Keish, how are you? Welcome. Oh my God. Fort Bill F says, everything is now coming out. I also felt she got abused too. I feel real bad she's abused. I I really feel she's abused her siblings too. You know what? You took the words right out of my mouth. Well, that was, the thought. I felt that same way too, because there's a point in this interview where it was like the abuse, and it was like she was saying, oh, I told her no, it wasn't the thing to do, or whatever the case may be. I felt like she insinuated that that was going on, but she didn't want to admit it on camera. But she wants to put everybody else's dirty laundry out. Let's talk about it. Continue. Okay. Why are these people still running around using Jaguar name for donations? I could I couldn't even tell you. I can't even tell you. Tiff Wombolski says Queen Keish because they know she's an instant cash cow. Yes. Uh, Fort Bill says she got busted, baby. The Cash App is over now, baby. Exactly. I mean, that's how it was supposed to go. She was supposed to get exposed. And I'm not gonna lie, I developed a frustration for Lagena. And I would just sit there and watch her over there with Genesis. And this is my perspective on Genesis and Lagena. Lagena was over at Jags, and okay, girl, Jag is paying for your housing, your this, your that, and the third. Yeah, you got to clean up. Yeah, you got to do this. And Lagena wanted to be nasty and filthy. And so what better else to do? Find an scapegoat. Okay, who will take me in? Okay, well, Genesis, I know she could be easily manipulated. If I go over and team up with Genesis and tell her all bad things that Jag may have said to me in private about her, I can get them in, I can get them against each other. I could win Genesis over, and then we could take Jag down. I can get Jag out the picture because she's not really beneficial to me right now. Genesis has a home. She's got Shaka them over there. She's got a studio. That's beneficial. Tiffany says, good morning, everyone. My first time here. Thank you so much for coming by. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also check out queentulsa.com. Sonia says, please hit the like button. It's free. Thanks. MJ says, hi, y'all. Hi, MJ. Hi, Sonia. But nobody wants to bail out. Exactly. That's the thing. See, I'm holding those individuals that hosted Legena's funding the way that they were. See, this is the thing. Why don't they know how to do a crowdfunding or a fundraiser? They fundraised at Lagena to get up out of Detroit. They fundraised that. Am I right or wrong, people? Put a 1 in the chat if they should help. Put a 2 in the chat if they shouldn't. Put a 1 in the chat if those big time YouTubers should be dashing out $1,000 a piece. Okay, I just put a poll. You guys make sure you're liking the video. It helps us get out there in that algorithm. She refused. Okay. Okay, did we do that one? She refused to show it because her family. Okay, I did that one. Good morning, Tiff. She needs to go home. Now, welcome, Tiff. Y'all hit the like button for this lady because it's about to go down. If you hadn't seen it, absolutely. She's unhinged, but on a lower level, not so rah-rah, but clearly a master manipulator. Lagena. The governess warned her about Lagena because she's dangerous. Yes, she did. Because they know Jag want all the smoke. Absolutely. One, okay. Lagena took her name off the bill. That's why Jag was locked up. Okay. One. Facts Queen. The governess warned Genesis about Lagena because she say Lagena is dangerous. Yes. And Genesis thought, because y'all already know what Genesis does. Genesis, she goes and see a bobble out. And what she thought was she had some type of extra powers, that could get her through and could get her out of this situation. But as we all see, look what's going on. And see, my thing is, I'm afraid for Genesis right now. I'm going to say that. Because Lagena now is in a headspace of, what did you tell her about me? What did you tell the governess about me? That came out too. Yes. All right. So let me go. Hurt people, hurt others. Yes. Let's go ahead and get into the content. I don't want to hold you guys away from a good time. MJ says, this is all a hot mess. Yes, it is. It's time to get the job. It's time to get a job now because she should have been working. Listen, Jaguar took that girl out and she said that she was going to get a job at a tattoo place. And we saw Lagena. Oh, Lagena was bumping it up. Oh, she was at every bar, every crab, crawfish ceremony. Lagena knew exactly what she was doing. Tiff says, and I want Jag, whether people like her or not, to profit off this whole situation and series. The Jag content been keeping people's cash apps popping as well as monetized since she sat on the couch. Apps on the blue couch. Absolutely. I think that she should be getting something as well. And like I said, guys, y'all need to be reaching out to Sean David Way. Y'all need to be reaching out to Kingpin. All those big YouTubers, they make bank when it's time to give those exclusive and things. Y'all need to be over there telling them, hey, help your girl out. They kicked me out of the circle because I was too positive, because I was telling them, y'all stop putting everything that, like when she was in jail that first time or in the mental safe space and she was calling and she had the nurses on the phone and all that. I said, that's not a good idea. And look at it now. Now they're begging, they're screaming, they're crying for content, and she's away. Fort Bill says, the ladies say Lagena steals. I believe she took money from Mommy Wright too. Yes. Why do you think Mommy Wright took a liking to her? Because Lagena fooled her. Lagena made it seem like, oh, I'm without a mother. I'll do anything you say for a fee. Mama, let me see that Cash App card so I can run down here to the store. Girl, she was buying it up. Because if you jump bail, I will be responsible for that money. All right, let's get into it.
Let me understand something, man. Is it sexual abuse? Was that too much for you to handle mentally?
I think I might have been. I'm not sure. They said it's something I forgot, so I'm not. It might have been that.
Who is they? When you keep saying they, who is they?
My psychic or my tata and my babalao. They said it's something I forgot, and so I'm not sure. It could be possible. So. Are you saying it happened when I was in that 12, 13, or was it 2021 or from 2022? That year?
I feel like the sexual abuse happened younger, but I feel like around 21 through 23 is where the mental break started to happen. Now, let me say
Mm.
this, because I got to be quite honest with you, because I'm not going to play any games. I'm not going to play any games whatsoever. I
Mhm.
do not believe that you have forgotten. Okay,
You said what?
I don't believe you have forgotten. Okay, um, I believe that
Then
your
I was just
life, I believe that your life was very tumultuous. And it was a lot to handle. And I feel like there was a lot of mistreatment to where um, you did not want to belong in which the family in which you were with. And so I feel like things started to happen, as well as like bullying and some sort of like abuse, um, and unacceptance and feeling different. And so it feels like going into like 21, 22, 23 years old. I feel like there was something about going to school or going to college. So, did you enroll to college or did you actually go to college?
I went to a community college around that time. But as far as like sexual abuse, I don't remember because I would have just said, nah, I didn't get sexual abuse, but I'm not sure. Um,
I'm sorry, I'm not buying it because being a survivor, you know, you that follows you for the rest of your life. There is a healing process, and you get the help that you need, but that's just something that stays with you for the rest of your life. If you were or not. And well, just depending on, because I was roofied at one point in time. So at that time, I know I woke up with I was undressed when I woke up. I was confused. I was moving in slow motion. So I'm not buying you don't remember when you were that way. It was one when I was not roofied, and it was one when I was roofied. So those are just some things that you don't forget. Sonia says, whoa, I missed a few comments. Okay, Tiff says, it's so unfortunate how they keep going, knowing that Jag has an addiction to YouTube. She can't wait to go live. Absolutely. They know her soft spot. They know her weakness. She thinks she's playing mind games, looking like JJ from Good Times. That bucket hat. I wanted to. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to go over there and slap that bucket hat up off of her, or take it and drag her up out of that seat. Lord, forgive me for that. Oh, look at her eyes. She's not crazy. She wants the public to believe she is. Thank you. I'm really afraid for Genesis too. She has not forgot, and she pushed it back in her mind. Thank you. If you're a survivor out there, you can attest to this. You don't forget something like that. That's something that's traumatic. It changes your life forever. The girl S abused her own siblings. I wouldn't have her in my house. Exact. And it's children. Oh my goodness. And sometimes people, they you got to be careful with these nursing homes too, because people have an attraction to the elderly. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Tiff says MJ all of it. Sonia says, Tiff, if she has a psych doctor, then she has a mental problem. I agree. I have a mental problem. I have a psych doctor. Okay. Shantae Rich says, for her not to know or remember a lot, how she know R.Kelly hurt? Exactly. How can you remember who your daddy is and you don't remember an assault? That's something that you don't forget. And the survivors out there, they can attest to that. Sonia said, I was SA'd at 4 and I remember what happened to me. See, you have a live testimony right here. Sonia is, I believe, in her 50s, and she remembers that, that happened at 4.5 years old. I mean, 4 years old. JJ, her daddy, Shantae is going in and up. Tiff says, Sonya, maybe we all have trauma and need some sort of mental healing, wellness, but it's levels to this. I wonder what the conversation was inside of her mind to contact the Aaliyah story. Exactly. Fort Bill says the governess called her straight out the bushes with the lies. She trapped like a deer in headlights. She knows she can't fool this lady, baby. And you know what? Listen, I was talking to the screen. I'm not even when the live was going, I said, no, she didn't. I said, don't do that. Don't, girl, stop lying. I was over here talking to the screen. Tiff says, my blessings to anyone who has been SA. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Fort Bill says she keep acting like a child, but she 31 years old. That is her. That's her storyline. You know how these reality shows they have a storyline. This is her storyline. That's her line, and she's sticking to it. Number one, Empress Lattest says she knows that she's African, and Aaliyah and R.Kelly is American. She looks nothing like them at all. I agree. I am Miss Shorty says she remembers everything but being essayed and her parents. No sense at all. Exactly. Okay, 50. I knew you was in your early 50s. Okay, she's 51, but she still remembers that. All right, let's get into it. I'm not going to hold you guys hostage with this content. Let's go.
I would say what evidence that I might have had it was when I had like a miscarriage, but I had sex with one person, and that should have been the time frame because I still had my period and stuff too, so it was unexplainable what happened.
What's the age on that?
This was in 2014, so 2014, maybe 19, 20.
See, this is what I'm saying to you, love. There's a mental break that happened here. I want to understand your mother. Is she somewhat the source of the mental infraction?
When I was younger, but you're not gonna believe me anyway. So, as far as what happened to her, and then when I was very young, like with Nana, I was saying Wayburn.
So I want you guys to get into her demonic looks. Whenever someone is confronted with the truth, watch their behavior. This woman has nothing to lie about. She has other things to do, other better things and healing things to do with her time. I mean, for heaven's sakes, this woman is an educator. And like I said, Lagena, you should have done your research on this woman. She's nothing to play with. And you knew who you were dealing with because you saw the governess when she sent out that message to Jaguar. Don't act like you didn't get the memo. Don't act like the content wasn't contenting and you just was not looking. Ma'am, for heaven's sakes, you were on, your post was in Jag's world, your post was to look at those lives. You were supposed to be obedient. You were supposed to be looking for a job and all that. No accountability for any of your actions. Now you're getting frustrated because now the plan that you had devised in your hand or the summit that you had before the live went left. It derailed, and now you don't have control over this conversation because the spirit is talking to her, Yehuda's talking to her. They're giving her all these messages. And she had given you the benefit of the doubt. And this facial expression right here, see how the spirit works? This expression right here, she wanted to go off on you so many times, but the spirit would not let her. And I'm glad that she tuned into all that, because what you were trying to do, you was trying to get her upset and make her look like she was crazy. But see, when you go up against the anointed, all that backfires on you, love. Just a little heads up. Just a little heads up for anybody out there that's trying to do work on any spiritual leader. Baby, think again. Don't do that. You would get yourself in a world of trouble. Fort Bill says she's trying to play like a little girl. And see, that's, you made another comment. No, Tiff says uh we have defense mechanisms to bury traumatic experiences, especially when we are younger, but the going in and out of a of child and adult behavior is manipulation. Yeah, it's like, okay, let's just say I'm on here, I'm doing content, right? And I get myself into something, right? And then I just say, well, as a child, I've been through this, and this is why I'm doing this. No. If I've been through something as a child, I need to go get the help that I need so I don't hurt anybody that comes up and tries to help me, or anybody that I don't agree with. I don't just get to go off on them because of my trauma. I need to be an adult, address my trauma, get the help that I need, and move forward in life. Fort Bill says Lagena S abused her siblings. It was incest in the home. I heard that and I felt that too. Thank you for breaking it down, Queen. Yes, she trying to play like a little girl. Hurt people, hurt others. Yes. Number one interest, Latesh says her eyes tell it all. She knows that the governess is tell all of her truth. Absolutely. I don't know why she came up there with that nefarious behavior. I got my coffee, CBD, and cigarette. I'm ready for some laughs. Yes, my Pepsi. Got my Pepsi and cigs. I thought she had a job. Very scripted. Why back in jail? Because of her and Genesis. She went over there and manipulated Genesis into thinking that Jag may, I'm not going to discount it. Jag may have said some things when she was upset. But if she didn't personally go and call that woman and have a falling out with her on her own, she didn't need no help in falling out with nobody. Jaguar does not need no help falling out with nobody, as they say. Shantae says, Sonya, we ready. Tiff says, Shantae, uh, coffee, barbershop cigarettes, an entire series. Okay. Keep wearing that little hat. That's a child hat, honey. Okay. She needs to find her big girl panties and put them on. Slide those big girl panties on. All I need is my edibles. Tiff, oh, okay, I'm here for all of it, Shantae says. Fort Bill says, I had to fix me a rum punch for this one. Girl, I got me wine over here. Girl, I think I'm about to go in there and get me a margarita, but I got physical therapy here in like 2 hours. Fort Bill is okay. Let's get into this content. Get into this look right here. Because the governess girl, honey, she wanted to get in her tail, but she's going to handle it with grace. Let's go.
I feel
I
like
believe she's my mom. So
I feel like all of these things, I'm talking about your biological mother, your real mother. I'm not talking about this whole Aaliyah fictitious thing. I'm not
Get
talking
her.
about that. I'm talking about your real mother, your biological mother. Because I feel like you were left alone a lot. I feel like that there was parental out of the house. I feel like there was some sort of like mistreatment or neglect going on right there. And it not necessarily, what is it? Yeah.
I'm agreeing. Yeah, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't have to agree and let her know that it was happening. She's telling you what happened. The governess is telling you what happened. Fort Bill says this woman got ties with Mo 3. The governess ain't no joke. She had warned the rapper Mo 3 before his demise. That's my thing. You can't go up against a spiritual healer. The high priestess, you just can't. You're not equipped. You can't go to war. You went to war with no ammunition. And now, one thing that gets me is people acting legally blind. And on that note, let's take a quick commercial break. Yes, Sonya, she ready to get off that live, LOL. Yeah, girl. If she could zoom off, if she had powers to make the computer go off, she would. But she doesn't have that power. Tiff says there are so many moving parts to this story. Just when you think we have a break, it's something else. The cliffhanger was the arrest. Lagena want to pick up where Jag left off, addicted to the live. Yes, that's what she was looking. She was looking for her moment. Good morning, Grand Rising, Sandra Love. How are you? Greetings. Now listen. Let me go ahead. Okay, Tiff says, call her out, Governess. Let's get to the bottom of her entire existence and how she even became relevant. That's it. New subby here, period. And here, let me go ahead and throw my cash up, child. We done been here for an hour, so I did good. I said I'm not going to ask for a cash app until we pass the hour mark. But listen here, I don't want you guys to be legally blind, but this is what Legena's giving me. Let's go.
Innocent bystander. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
So are you from Houston?
Man, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm a female. I did not drive no getaway car. I'm legally blind.
How'd you get wrapped up with these folks?
I got wrapped up. I was walking down the street and I caught a ride.
So you don't know these folks then, is what you're saying?
I know 2 of them. I don't know the other 2. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I'm legally blind, so how I'm gonna drive a car?
So did you know what happened to the 73-year-old victim then, or
I don't know what happened. I just know what the police said.
So you can't see at all?
Huh?
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see barely, but I'm an innocent bystander. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent. And Mama, I love you. P.O.P. All the time. Right, these are good pimp squad, baby, for life.
All right. So she's legally blind with her eyes wide open. Legally blind with her eyes wide open. Governess, do your big one. Let's go.
And I feel like the unacceptance and the bullying in and out of the family caused some things to happen, and it may also have been triggered by the miscarriage or the pregnancy or whatever that is. It may be triggered by that, but it feels like around that time of going to college and not feeling seen or accepted, and then I feel like there was a period of trying to grow and to be seen and to be accepted, which is what led you into this dysfunctional reality. Okay.
And speaking of a reality, in this live, we just received a cash app. Shout out to Tiff. Let's go ahead and give you your commercial. We'll be right back. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. All right, so, child, this. I'm sorry, but Laguna looks like a dark-skinned duck right now. You know what, Lagena, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but she makes herself look so ugly with the lies and the deception. And, the truth will set you free, but a lie, it travels faster and it's more believable. So that's why Lagena is on this kick, because lies sell. Lagena really thought she could outsmart the governess. Boomerang. Listen, it went right back to her. Thanks for the donation. Thank you for sharing and taking the time to give us the content and platform. No problem. Anytime. Well, I'm not going to hold you up. Let's get right back into it.
Okay. So listen, I'm aware that you're aware that Aaliyah and R.Kelly are not your parents. I'm aware
that they are.
I'm aware that you're aware. I'm not going to play that game. I'm aware that you're aware that they are not.
I'm aware that they are.
Hey, I'm an innocent bystander. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent. Come on this way.
So are you from Houston?
Man, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm a female. I did not drive no getaway car. I'm legally blind.
How'd you get wrapped up with these folks?
I got wrapped up. I was walking down the street and I caught a ride.
So you don't know these folks then, is what you're saying?
I know 2 of them. I don't know the other 2. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I'm legally blind, so how I'm gonna drive a car?
So did you know what happened to the 73-year-old victim then, or
I don't know what happened. I just know what the police said.
So you can't see it all?
Huh?
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see barely.
This is one of the things that.
Is it because they're celebrities, you don't feel it, or it just?
Because they're your parents.
Hold on. Now listen. I can't stop laughing because the look on the governess face is like she want to say the N-word. She want to say the N-word. So like, N-word, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Wait a minute. I got to take that back a little bit. Let's hear that one more time. She said, is it because that they are a celebrity? Hold on.
Because
actually
on the inside, you wanted to belong to something different, and becoming inside of the dysfunctionality of the love that you began to carry for Aaliyah and wanting her to be your mother is where you created that.
The thing is, I had the memories of her being my mom. I don't know, because she's, not to be mean or anything, because I didn't grow up around the generation where it was adoration. I just already knew who she was. And then after she died,
say it again.
That's when I already knew who she was before, before her name, as far as her celebrity wise. And that's why I even knew her as soon as I seen her on TV. I'm like, that's her, my mom. That was her. And as far as I'm not a fangirl, I'm not following to these celebrity hype things. I'm not doing any of that.
But you are. This is just one of the things that you created to push yourself out there.
No, because the thing is, I value the people I did grow up, even though they did treat me wrong. I would rather that they was than I don't have to deal with the other ones. But this is my feeling. This is my memory. And like I said, I still need the proof. And I just had the DNA test saying, no, not my dad. And I would be able to, back in the day, I would swear that he was. But Zama, I still got to figure it out too. So I asked her for a DNA test. and then we can go live on air because it's just everybody on this now. So it is for me. I just know what I know and remember what I remember. I don't know if you can see it because what you're saying about your biological mom, she did leave me. She left me alone. She had a career. The thing with Zama, I wasn't really around her either. So if you, I don't know if you can read both there.
Who is that that you call it? You said Zana or Zana?
Zama.
Zama.
Z.
Who is that?
Yeah. My adopted mom.
Your biological mom.
My adopted mom.
Your biological mom.
I don't know if you can you read her or the sense if she is or not?
That's your biological mother, right?
No.
Are you not a twin?
No. I don't think no, he's not my twin. I'm always been bigger than him, taller than him. As far as when you say different age ranges, I believe that I'm 2 years older than what they told me.
But you're not, and you know that.
You know, I do spiritual work too, and I also knew that it was going to happen this way too.
So pretty much Governess like, okay, now I gotta get a little, you know, a little bit more direct. Let me try a different angle. That's not your mother. That's not your mother. Okay, let me go another. You know that's not your mother. You know that. You know you have a twin. You're a twin. You may have been 2 minutes older than him, but not 2 years. Now, if you said, okay, I'm 2 minutes older than him, I'd say, yes, she's 2 minutes older. He came out 2 minutes behind. The math ain't mathing. My twin brother is my uncle. Let me say that again for the people in the back. How does it sound? I'm coming in. Hey, y'all, my twin brother is my uncle. Make it make sense. Wow. Yes, Sandra. Wow. Wow. She's a scary, crazy type. Yes. I want you guys to pay attention to her movements, her eyes, her behavior, everything. This is a demon that is being called out. And so when a demon is called out, they can't contain themselves. You know, Lagena wants to really get hood on this woman, but the only thing that's stopping her is she don't want to be in that cow's tongue. Let's get into this content. Okay, let's go.
What's the end game? What's the end game?
No end game.
Like what after everything is said and done, then what's going to happen?
Okay, I want you guys to keep this in mind. The governor says, what's the end game, right? Keep that in mind. I'll give you a heads up. The end game was for her to be a part of the whole situation, right? She wants to get in, be with Carbonation. She's with Shaka now. Okay, you know, she wanted to get with the Carbonation people, with the Carbon Island, whatever it's called, by any means necessary. Jaguar was in contact with them. Tokyo Tony had been in contact with them. Lagena has been in Tokyo Tony space. She's been in Jaguar space, as we all know. This was supposed to have been a mentorship, correct? And then it turned into, oh my God, this is my auntie. And I'm finding myself, and I'm going to put on a Chinese wig or a black wig with a bang and really promote my story of mom. I'm not even saying that that's her mom, because it's a disgrace. It's a disrespect. Aaliyah is not here in human form to speak up for herself. And so, girl, you can't be doing that. Especially a legend. Aaliyah is legendary. She didn't play about her career. She didn't play about her name. She was a girly girl. Let's get into Sonia says, wait a minute. Wait a minute, a twin? What part of the game is this? Yes, she has a twin brother. So Tiff says, so calculated and monotone in her answers. I can't, y'all. But listen, she's gonna get agitated, and her end goal is to be a star. She wants to be a singer. She wants to be a part of that. She anywhere where it's popping, where they're trending, that's where she wants to be. No, she wants to say the B word. Are you crazy? You know what? That is it. That is it. It's the B word. I was just thinking of the ignorance. Like, come on, stop being ignorant and just really step up to the plate and own it. Don't be ignorant, own it. You know, you're right. Iris Wood says, oh, that's my daughter's name. If R.Kelly is her dad, although she's definitely not, why hasn't Lagena paid him a visit? Why isn't Lagena's name on the book so she can visit him in jail? Listen here, because she will get I hate to say this and no shade, but she would get the Jaguar situation. They would detain her. So Lagena is smart enough not to go in there. She'll get online, but she's not going to go and run up in front of the police because A, they'll take her down. And guess what? She's so popular here on YouTube. Everybody would be calling the hospital and giving recommendations and telling them how of a loose cannon she is out here in these streets. And that she needs to go in there into the little padded wall and she needs a cocktail and they'll start sending videos. They'll start emailing. That's why. Get into it. Number one Empress Latesse says, I wish I might deny my identical twin. Lagena is crazy. And she says, Infection Nation. Absolutely. A lot of things going on. Who would want to be a part of that? You know, giving commentary and storyline is totally different things. Shantae Rich says, why Nature Boy in jail and not getting out, and the rest is going to jail pretty soon. She wants that moment. Her nose is too wide to be Aaliyah. It's too wide to be Aaliyah and R.Kelly's kid. All right. Iris says Lagena is schizophrenic, and that's a fact. Tiff says, and if she was here, you would idolize her like the rest of her fans. Content creator Swarm, aka Lil Dre. Absolutely. Tiff, true. That's how she act. Hit the like button. It's free, guys. Please, Royals. Let's go ahead and hit you guys with a commercial. We'll be right back.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my money.
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Better learn. You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
All right. Get her, Governess.
Like in my life, I still want justice for my mom, Aliyah, and I still want to help other people that's in that predicament as far as in the music industry.
But you know she's not your mom.
I know she is.
You know she isn't.
It's because she is a celebrity.
It has nothing to do with her being a celebrity. That's why I asked you if you knew who I was.
I've seen some of your videos. I've seen some.
Did you
But
see
I
the
feel
one I
like
did with
you,
her?
because I also know Monica, she's saying that the thing you said about 10 is accurate.
And I'm telling you, and what I'm saying about you is accurate.
So, Love Lila Halton, that's my biological name. I don't know if you could send something other. Because I also have verification from mine, so I can get my Tata.
Oh my God, did y'all catch the neck roll?
And then you also saying, oh, you remember getting sexually abused. Not at those ages, not that time. I don't remember ever. So if you're saying 12, 13, no, I didn't
I'm
remember
saying
everything.
before then, but there's something about the age of 12, 13, 15, as well as 21 and 23. Those ages stand out to me for some specific reason. Not really,
you know why?
As to exactly like. So around 12 years old, right? I feel like that is kind of where you started to understand that.
Okay, I want you guys to understand this. This is where I'm going to pause it right quick because I want y'all to go out and get your beverages, go use the potty, go do what you want to do, go and fill up your drinks, go use the restroom right quick. I don't want you guys to miss this. I don't want you guys to miss this. Let me know if I can go on. So press a 7 in the chat if I can go on. If you need a moment, press 8. 7 to go on, press 8 to hold on. 7 to go on, 8 to hold on. Because baby, the attitude is about to heat up. This is Lagena is an electric stove about to heat up. Lagena is an electric stove about to heat up. 7 to go on, 8 to hold on. Let's go. Let me check in the chat and see what they're saying. Let's see what our people are saying. And guys, make sure you go over and check out queentulsa.com. We do have our own website that we built from the ground up. We are an independent Black-owned media. So let me go ahead and post this in the chat. Okay, we got some 7s in here. All right, so 7 was to go on, correct? And 8 was to hold on. So let me go ahead and pin that in there. All right, we can definitely go on. We got Shantae says 7. Sonia says 7. Number one, Empress Latesh says 7. I am Miss Shorty says 7. Michelle Crawford says 7. Okay, let's go. And there's a website. You guys go over there, sign up, get your blog post. I have not posted it today, but trust me, when I do, you're gonna be. It's well worth it. Let's get into it. Get our governess.
You were more than unhappy with your living situation, okay? And you also understood that, like, you wanted to be, like, seen. You understood then you were not being seen. You understood then that you wanted to do something to where you had attention. It feels like you were left alone a lot. And when I say that, I mean the parentals were not in the household the way that they should have been. I don't know if they were working or just out of the house. But I know that there are you and I want to say like 5 to 6 other people or children in the household. Okay. I feel like the home life wasn't always so good, so kept. Okay. I feel like the mother, your mother, the woman you grew up with, I feel like she was not as attentive as she should have been. And I feel like there was something about her that made you feel different unaccepted?
Something about her, the one I grew up with.
Yes.
I didn't know I loved her until like 2008 after her stroke. And I'm not trying to be mean about it just because she wasn't there. But when that happened, to see her in the hospital bed, I did feel away. I'm like, dang. She already lost. She couldn't be around kids anyway because she was on that. She lost parental rights, or she just couldn't be around kids. So I knew that already. Because CPS, Child Protective Service, I said I couldn't see her, so I was accepting of that. And
tell me why she lost the parental rights.
I remember, because the thing is, the age I remember her hitting his head, not a head, with a hammer, and in the car. The thing is, my so-called twin don't remember that night or the other one, but that's why I say I'm older than them, because I remember everything that happened that night. As far as
you remember because you were traumatized, and that's what I'm saying to you, which is why you don't want to belong to this family, which is why you have created this dysfunction.
I would rather belong to them just because of some fact the whole what he did with the kids. I don't agree with that. But I also remember seeing him when I was younger, and Nana was there too.
You are very aware that Aaliyah Halton and Robert Kelly are not your parents.
And when it's proven.
I don't need for it to be proven, because this is what I do.
It's going to one day.
And I'll wait for it. But you know, like I know, that they're not your parents.
I know they are.
You don't. And I understand.
I do.
Let me say this, because everyone has treated you like a child that is just have created a false narrative. And I'm not going to give you that, because you're, what, 31?
Well, I believe I'm 30 or about to turn 30. But the other age is only 27.
So the thing is this, you're not a kid. You're very aware. You're not, and you're very aware. And you've tried multiple things to get yourself seen. And this is something that just so happened to be something that got you seen.
Ma'am, if I wanted to be seen, I would have just done something that's normal to do without being ridiculed. Without being like, I would have done like a normal thing to get viral. A normal thing.
You did.
Shake my ass or something, or date a rapper or
you did a lot
singer.
of things to go viral, but none of those things worked.
For my protection.
None of those things worked.
No, I didn't do any of that. I don't have no internet. I don't do recordings of shaking my booty. I don't do things.
I've seen your recording. If I would have done it, I would have just some of the things that you've done, and none of those things work. What I'm saying to you is, that's why I asked you why you wanted to do this, because someone should have told you that I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to allow you to come on and make a fool of my platform. You're very aware.
I'm not saying, I felt like that you would meant, not to cut you off or anything, but I feel like that you will be able to look in my energy and see it.
I am, and I'm telling you.
Even though I am spiritual like myself, and I knew it was not going to be ended the way, but I'm not going to flaky. I'm not going to just try to back off because it don't go my way. It's not a way. I'm just trying to feel like maybe I'm just trying to see what happened to me if something happened to me. But then you saying, oh yeah, it's something you remember. I don't remember getting sexually assaulted as a kid. I don't remember that. Not even in my early 20s. I don't remember that. But you're saying that was something that you do remember. And I'm like, I don't remember. I would have just said it. But I thought you'd be able to talk about that. I don't know if you.
There's a lot of.
I want to point something out. As you can see, the governess is holding her accountable and informing her, you know, and I know that you know that Aaliyah and R.Kelly are not your parents. And I believe it was Tiff earlier that was saying, you know, manipulating and going back into the childhood and trying to deflect from the Aaliyah being your mother and R. Kelly being your father. The question still has to be answered, no matter how many times you want to go back to being a child. We give compassion, we give empathy. However, we're still holding you accountable, sis. Kelly said in an interview from Gio, she is not his daughter. Shantae says, and it goes on and on, my friend. The number one Empress Latesse says, if Lagena was really psychic, then Spirit would have told her not to play with Governess. And see, that's where she messed up. And that's where you had her messed up at. And see, that's where you had Governess messed up at. Because she, if you've done your research, girl, you should have known not to play with her. She is telling you. She said, I was hoping that you could have looked in. She said, I'm looking at you. I'm looking right. Girl, I've done my research and I'm doing my research as we go along. But you see that demon that's right here on the screen. She's froze. You see that demon right there? Oops, I'm caught. Oops, I'm caught. That's that. Oops, I'm caught. Oh, she got me. Look. Number one Empress Latessa says she knows everything that Governess say to her is 100% true. Even the onlookers know that, sister. But let's go, Miss Demon.
Who it is or who is it
There was
from?
a lot
Or
of
are you
abuse.
going to?
There was a lot of
Are
abuse.
you saying it's from the name, or is it from who was it? Like,
let me ask you a question. Why'd you choose that name?
because that's what you said. It was a D. So I'm just saying, okay, maybe it's put something specific from that, or is it because she had something to do with something, or is it him that did something to me, or is it like it's two D's? I don't know. Because you said it was a D name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it dots or is it?
Okay. So listen, there was a lot of things that took place inside of your household from the time of ages. I believe it's between 3 to 5 years old is when some of the sexual abuse started, right? And then I feel like it progressed up, but you're saying you don't remember anything, but I also feel like that there was things sexually about you as well. Okay.
Something sexual from me.
Yes. And it is a lot. It is a lot. Because I feel like you all were left to your own devices a lot. And so your innocence was taken long time ago. But the manipulation factor, it started probably between the ages of 7 and 10 and got really hectic around 12 or 13 years old. So many lies that was told. This is not just your first time doing things like this. You've lied a very long time. You're used to lying and manipulating, and I understand. But I'm just a person. I stand by what it is that they show me, so I completely understand. Like, this is just one of the many things that you've concocted and brought out in hopes to become seen. I understand that. I understand that. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're right. Maybe I missed. I'm not. And I'm starting with the sexual and the abuse because I believe that is the factor of why you're doing what you're doing.
Because you're trying to make it seem like I'm doing it because of clout, or I'm just, maybe I am broken out of reality. I'm not sure, because you're saying sexual abuse from whatever age. And I used to be able to say, like, no, I didn't get touched, nor this didn't happen. But now you're telling me something different. Other people saying I forgot something terrible happened to me. I don't know. But I'm not, all this thing is because I'm my memories and what I feel. I don't know if they just put me with other people and adults or something that got sexually assaulted or something, or I'm not sure. I'm still trying to find who I am and what happened to me in my life. Like, I really don't know 100%. But I'm not on here for clout.
When did you discover that you didn't know?
When I discovered I didn't know.
When did you discover that you didn't know?
As far as like
that you don't remember things.
Oh, from my Baba Lao, because he said something happened to you that you forgot, and I'm like, what happened? And then my Tata, who's also in the Paulo Center, like Paulo, he's saying, oh, something terrible happened to you that you don't remember. So I'm like, what happened?
Do you have two sisters?
Two sisters?
Mm-hmm.
You only said two sisters? Or?
I'm asking, do you have two? Are they younger than you?
Yes, but you don't believe that they're my sister. They're not, so. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to leave everything else to the side for just a moment, because I want to look at something else. What's the fire? Like, did someone set a fire? What's the fire?
Oh yeah. So yeah, somebody did set a fire. The little girl I was raised with, yeah, she set a fire, or she set the brother, but I think it was her that had a lighter. But it's also somebody else that set a fire somewhere else. So I'm not sure if that's it too.
So when you say
is it a house fire, or is it like
your little sister is the one who set the fire?
Yeah, but David also set a fire somewhere too. And then David, the house I was in had as well. The next. Yeah, it's a different. So I don't know which one.
Okay, got it.
Is it?
And so, I don't want to mispronounce her name again, because is it Vama? What is it? What's her name?
Zama. It's almost like Da, but
Zama.
Zama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it her mom that's crossed over this past?
No.
Who is
the grandmother? Her mom's still alive.
Who is the grandmother that's
her grandma? Over? Yeah.
No. Not her grandma. Let me understand something.
Do you see how Lagena is looking away? She's sitting right here and she done peddled herself into a lie. You know exactly who she's talking about. If she's giving you so much information that you haven't given her on this live. What part of that is a game to you? The script is over. The job is up. The gig is up. You've had your 15 minutes and it's gone. It's gone. Sonia says, oh, Iris says, Lagena should stop using Aaliyah's name in vain, and she isn't here to defend herself. Aaliyah has never been pregnant. Aaliyah's parents should come out and say something and put a stop to Lagena's BS. Well, per the governess, she was, and it was a boy. And that's all we'll say. Okay? Allegedly. And I have to stay allegedly on the channel. The lies, the lies, the lies in my Candy's voice. Wait a damn minute. She set that fire. So out of 7 or 8 siblings, you are the only child of Aaliyah and R.Kelly? Let's talk about it. Then Iris says Lagena has different aliases that she uses. Sonya says misspell the curse words or she won't be monetized. Please, please, please. The number one Empress Lattes says Lagena knows it's a wrap. Yes. Yeah, the story's over. Job is up. The pay is gone. You know, we're going to dock your pay. And you've been fired for insubordination. You know? And you've got my chicken over here sounding off, Lagena. Because you were blind. Remember?
They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent. Come on this way.
So are you from Houston?
Man, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm a female. I did not drive no getaway car. I'm legally blind.
How'd you get wrapped up with these folks?
I got wrapped up. I was walking down the street and I caught a ride.
So you don't know these folks then, is what you're saying?
I know 2 of them. I don't know the other 2. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I'm legally blind, so how I'm gonna drive a car?
So did you know what happened to the 73-year-old victim then, or you?
I don't know what happened. I just know what the police said.
So you can't see at all?
Huh?
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see barely, but I'm an innocent bystander.
Come on, Miss Good.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent, and Mama, I love you.
Her real mother, not Aaliyah. Let's get into it.
No. Either she has someone else that raised her like a mom, or you were also in a foster system with another woman that raised you.
Can you say that again?
Okay. So either Zama has 2 moms, like someone else that raised her, or there's someone else that also raised you besides Zama.
Zama wasn't never raised with another woman. It was always her one mom. I didn't know this.
So were
but
you
me, I
raised
was
by a second woman?
Yeah. Well,
were you in the foster system?
I said I believe I was adopted, but
No, this would be no, because there's an older woman. I don't feel like this is your mom's grandma. I feel like this is like a grandmother, unless this is your father's mom, because this is a grandmother.
Is she alive or is she dead?
She's crossed over. She's passed away.
I wasn't like, because I know you don't want to say, so you said drop my parents' situation. I wasn't raised by another woman. Like, I've been with their households, different women's households, but they never passed yet. They didn't die yet. So,
Right. But so I'm saying, were you fostered to another household, or did you just stay with someone else?
I stayed with a lot of different other people. So, but the women that prior to Nana, after living with him, the women I live with never died, so they still here.
Right. This is an older lady that would be like a grandmother. Where does the T name come in at?
T.
I don't know if that's like Teresa or Trisha. It's a T. And I just want to understand who that is and where that person comes in at.
I'm not sure who the T name is. The only one I know is probably Tanya or anything, but she's young. She's not a grandma, and I didn't live with her.
This is a T name. I need to understand. I know I heard you say something about somebody got hit with whatever hammer. This is something different, and I kind of want to connect this with something else. Like, unless this person was doing this a lot, like was somebody also hitting the head with like a pan or a pot or some kind of skillet, like besides the hammer thing, who's the other person that would have hit somebody or got hit in their head with something? Because this is not a hammer, this is something else.
And
shit, at this point, I want to take a damn pot to her head. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get into it.
You said she's older, like at grandma age? Or?
That's separate. That is separate. No. I'm asking you this. Who is the person that would have gotten hit or hit?
With a pan?
Yeah, like with something like a pan or a pot or...
Gwendolyn, she got in a domestic violence dispute with her boyfriend at the time. That's what I can only remember, somebody getting hit with a pan or something.
And who is that?
Gwendolyn.
And Gwendolyn is who?
The adopted sister, the older one.
Oh, the adopted sister.
Yeah.
Where's
I'm not sure it's her.
Okay, but where's the T name that connects with her?
Oh, she know I know of people that's related to her. That's like Tanisha or Tamika, or that'd be like her son's family. But I'm not sure. But they're not really grandma. I mean, well, I did live in that house before for a few months. So I'm not sure if that's it or...
Okay, understood. I so get it. There's a grandmother, and I don't know, again, and where she comes from, but I feel like she's on your mom's side of the family. But it could be your father. I feel like it's your mom's side. So now this is the thing.
Hello?
Yeah, hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was lagging for a second.
I'm sure you're going to disagree with what I'm getting ready to say, but because you reached out to me, I'm going to do my job because that's just what I do.
Getting close.
You've stolen from people. You've done fucked up shit to people. Listen.
Getting close.
I see straight through it. all. And I know that
you're reading my energy.
I'm reading you, sister. You've
getting close. Get in here. Get in close. You need to hear this. Getting close.
Stolen from people, like you stolen people's clothes and shit, like earrings. You've stolen their shit. You've stolen their things.
What? No, I haven't stolen since a kid. Like I don't approve of that, like at all.
Beautiful. You have stolen from people, and I know here recently you've tried to be good and make a difference because whatever. But this is the thing: you're very, very, very manipulative, and you like it feels like if we did interviews with people that were around you and grew up, everything that I'm saying to you would be validated.
Okay, I feel like maybe we should do interview with other people because the thing is, I've been around people like that, and I try to do my best to not be like that. I don't believe in stealing from them. I probably was as a kid, and I learned my lesson. I haven't done that since like after 2003. I always been the person that said, "What about karma? It's a sin to be still." I always been like that, so it didn't just happen like, oh, I don't want to be like. It didn't just happen recently. I try not to do those type of things, especially after 2004. So if you're saying that's me, and I'll be trying not to do that and telling people around me not to do that, and that's why I grew up around, and I'm like, nah, and I get ridiculed or bullied for not being like them. So I don't, because I heard you said I was manipulated before. That's why I was hesitant to come, because I'm like, really? But I'm like, I don't know. But as far as you calling me a thief and I haven't been stealing as an adult, I know. Even as a teenager, I don't believe in that. And I know you said, yeah, she's gonna deny. I'm in denial. I don't know what energy you're reading, or I don't know. I feel like the people are around me that they was doing that. So if you interview their ass, you read them right. And I'm the one that try not to do it. They be like, oh, you're an angel, you think you're an angel, and I tried for a long time not to do that. I believe in God watching me. And I was a heavy Christian, so I'm like, I should not steal. So I'm like, it's taken from somebody else, and that's not mine. I don't like to do that at all.
Getting close. Getting close. Get in here. Get in close. Get in close. Get on in here. Get in close.
You stole from people. You've stolen clothes. You've stolen earrings. You've stolen their money. You've not really been nice to children growing up. When you were not that nice because of the shit that you were going through, the bullying, the manipulation. Like you were over a few children. Now, I'm not going to say that you were just a monster or no shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like you got the blunt of a lot of shit. Like, shit was taken out on you. And because of that, I feel like you had a break, a mental break. And I feel like you have created a lot of different things, but you know how to be manipulative. Like, you're two-sided because you know how to play this game. And so that's the energy that you want people to come with, but you are dangerous. I want you to be better. I want you to get better. I want you to understand that this is not what it has to be.
The thing is, I'm not saying any of this because I don't believe in my own self. I genuinely believe that they are my parents. And I'm not going to stop until I'm proven wrong. As far as being stealing and stuff.
You're saying that because you don't want people to look at you and say that you're a liar. This is a part of who you are.
I'm not here to lie on a dead woman or to claim a guy that touched on kids. I'm not trying to do that. This is what I believe. And then as far as I got from last year, like before August of 2022, I would have believed none of it was my dad. I would have thought I was gonna end. I would have just believed all the stuff that happened. I would just accept it because I'm like, oh yeah, that's what families are. I didn't seek no violation from them because I know what type of person they are in life. So I don't really care what they do. I already know what I've experienced. I already knew. I'm just like, but now August, I'm like, that's when I found out. And I'm like, okay, now I know why certain things happen. But as far as you saying, oh yeah, you growing up being a thief or manipulating and stuff like that, I don't want to manipulate nobody. I want people to see me for who I am, and I see them for who they are.
But you don't.
What?
But you don't. Because the thing is, you can't just say, okay, I lied, y'all. Because that's going to bring forth the other energy.
But I don't believe I'm lying.
But you do. You know that.
I swear in my life, I don't believe I'm lying. And I swear to God, I'm not lying. I don't believe I'm lying. I believe I'm telling the truth. Like I said, I still got to do the DNA stuff. I'll take the steps necessary.
You said your name is Love. Where'd you hear that at?
Love Lila Hudson.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you hear that at?
Growing up, I always called myself Love or my rap name or things like that. And then the psychic helped me with that too. I don't know if you can read on that name or.
You're a liar. And you're a manipulator.
Look, I have lied before, but I do take ownership. I don't feel like I'm lying. This is what I believe in.
Getting close.
I feel like people think, oh, you're trying to get clout. I feel like it's a lot of many ways to get clout. It's a many ways to get clout and many ways to get viral. I don't feel like I'm lying. You saying that I'm lying on people. I genuinely believe Ali is my mom and R.Kelly's my dad. Because I remember seeing him.
And like even with today, like you know who I am. You know the work that I do, and the hype about you has gone down, and this would just be another way for your hype to escalate back up. And again, that's why
video live.
It was.
You don't have to put this out because I already had. You can put it out or don't put it out.
You could do it on live. That was your word. Yeah. We could do it live.
Because I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have nothing to hide.
Me either. And I have no reason to lie.
And also have a different reading prior to you that's stating what I'm saying is facts. But it's not fact until I get the evidence out. So I'm going to still have to do that part.
Right.
So I'm just like, it feels like for me, like for knowing them and then hearing this, even though I am spiritual too, I already knew it wasn't going to go the way I'm thinking. But I'm like,
you were okay with that. You were.
Lagena says that she had premonitions that this was not going to go the way Lagena had planned it to go. Well, Lagena, what way was that? What way was it? How was it supposed to go? It was supposed to be, you thought that this woman was going to get on here and risk her reputation to lie with and go on a line scheme or a line skit with you? No, it's you want to weaponize your mental health right now. See, they want to weaponize, she keep trying to deteriorate back to, it's a lot. But I need y'all to get in close. Get in close. Get in close, okay? Get in close. Let them see you.
Okay, but no, it wouldn't go that way because...
Yeah, because that's my spiritual intuition told me. But I'm like, I don't have nothing to hide. If it's some part that is true or some part that's not, I'm still going to follow through because that's what I said to you. I don't want to cancel on you. And this is what, it's something God is going to still bring us together for me to learn whatever I have to learn. And if you're saying I've been sexually assaulted, that's what I want to know too. Because you say, oh yeah, you know that and you're lying about it. And I'm like, I don't remember. I used to be thinking like I didn't, nothing happened to me. Everybody else happened.
You know what? That's a good point, Tiff. And thank you for reminding me because I got kind of carried away with the commentary. Tiff says, I don't believe I'm lying. That's what Lagena is saying. So this is the thing. When Governess had asked her, she says, I don't believe that I'm lying. I don't believe, she's like, I don't believe I'm lying. Well, honey, you know you're lying. You don't have to believe it. You know you're lying. But let's go. Go off.
Something happened to them. And then I'm like, okay. But having the evidence of maybe that miscarriage, and I'm like, okay, that's signifies something that I should have already knew, but I don't remember.
So have you ever had to see a mental health physician?
No, that's not that I know of. Back in the kids, I don't know what happened to me.
I mean, as an adult, have you had to be like, did you check yourself into a mental hospital? Have you ever been seen by a mental health doctor?
I had talked to my therapist, and then after I went viral, they put me into a mental hospital. So for like a psychiatrist, that's my first time. I'm not sure if anything happened that I don't remember, like a shock therapy or something happened that I don't know what my hidden memories, the forgotten memories. I can't take account for those. So maybe if there's something I done that I don't remember and I done it that times I don't remember, Maybe that's true. I'm not sure. But for me, this consciousness, I don't remember that.
Okay.
So like
I want you to just hear me when I say I'm gonna say something. I want you to hear me. So I do a lot of interviews with those who have crossed over and passed away.
Yeah.
And I did an interview with Aaliyah. There was a question where she was very specific to say she doesn't have any children.
That's what she said. Would you ever tap into her now?
Absolutely. You're not her daughter.
I don't know, because that kind of made me sad. If you really did talk to her, and that's what she said specifically. Was this recently?
This was like 3 years ago. This is 3 years ago. So even in the right now, I have to tell you, you're not her daughter.
I believe I am, but I don't know if I'm not sure. I still need proof myself, because I'm not saying, I still need to find out. That's what I said. I still remember her. I don't know why I remember her. That's prior before I even got around Zama or Nana. And I still remember Robert and Wayburn.
Listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. The child that Aaliyah was once pregnant with was a son. The child was sacrificed. The child did not even make it outside of her 6th month of pregnancy. She does not have any living children. You are not her daughter.
And then my psychic also, my other one confirmed. I'm not trying to compare you and him or you, because I feel like you are
There's nobody
spiritual aware.
This walk like I do. There's nobody that walks this walk like I walk it. So I'm okay with you saying that. My work is proven.
And so is that person too. And it's 2 other people saying, confirming for me too.
You're not her daughter, and you know that.
I believe I am. Because why none of the Halton said came out and said no. And I'm not trying to use this moment like to go online. I just feel like maybe I don't know. But I knew in my intuition, I already knew. I was expecting it. So, but I also believe that you was here to shed light on what might have happened to me as a kid. I can't confirm that or not because I don't remember.
And I have, and I want you to understand that there is a lack of acceptance of who you are, where you come from. And you're not her daughter. The child she was pregnant with was a son. That child is not living. I understand. And I
can't tell you what you've seen or heard. I can't speak on that. I only know what I know.
Love that you have for her. I understand that you talk to her. I understand. I get it. I understand it.
I'm gonna still go out and give my proof. I did write Robert a letter. We'll see if he responds back or not. Because I still remember meeting him and him being my dad and him singing I Believe I Can Fly to Me before I even heard it on the radio. I don't think I heard it on the radio until I got older. But
the one thing that lets me know that you know that you're not your parents because you're a twin. You're a twin.
I don't believe he's my twin. I believe I'm 2 years older than him. Mm-hmm. We can do a DNA test too. The thing is, I've been asking these people, but they want to act like they want to do it, but they don't want to do it.
I understand. Whatever proof you feel like you need, I hope you receive it. Mm-hmm. Because the mental instability that's happening is not healthy. You have your whole life to live. You can't live your life in the shadow of someone because you love her. I understand that you love her.
As a mother way, before last year, I liked her music. That's it. She just reminded me of the mom that I lost it. That's as far as it went.
I hear you. I know that you're lying. So I don't know where else we're going to go because I know that you're lying. You know that you're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Your mom. You know she's not your mom.
And I know she is.
That's beautiful. She isn't.
I know she is.
She isn't, though.
I'm going to get proof.
I understand.
I'm going to get proof.
I understand. And I really hope that you do. And when you receive the information that I'm giving to you, I hope that you're able to accept it at that time so you can move forward in your life as an adult woman who needs to find herself in a greater space than what you are in right now. Because you don't have to do this to stand in the light that belongs to you.
What do you say?
I said you don't have to stand in this to be great.
I know. This is my parents, this situation. It's because I want to know who I am. You might not believe it. Some people might not believe it.
You knew who you were already.
Actually, when I thought I did, before August last year, I would have thought I was Ghanaian, and it proven I'm not in my ancestry test. All these things I would have never questioned. I would have thought I knew who I was. I went on the internet on my videos saying who I thought my biological parent was. Before them on my YouTube a few years ago. I was so adamant. I thought I knew who I was.
Begin to remember that you had been with Robert Kelly and Aaliyah was your mom. When did you begin to remember that?
With Robert R.Kelly, my dad, I always refer to him like my first dad before he switched. But I'm like, after all the things he did, I'm like, and then him not coming back to visit me on Wayburn, I just, I shut him out. And then with music, I'm still learning to this day what his music was, because I was adamant about not listening to him even as a kid, because I heard from my teachers what they said about him, my dad. So I just stopped. And then now, I'm learning it now. I just knew his reputation about the video, but I also remember him being in Wayburn and our visits together.
You've had such a tumultuous upbringing, from the abuse and the neglect and the things that you've done, and the ways that you've shown up to people, the manipulation.
You keep saying that. Like, I try not to steal or anything. I haven't done that since 2004. That's a long time. When others around me try to do it, I can try to convince them not to do it.
How old were you in 2004?
The 1995 year, that's 2000. I mean, that's 9. But if I was 11, maybe 10 or 11, and 93.
I don't know exactly what you were hoping to accomplish, but you're a liar. And you're a manipulator, and you can't manipulate me.
You can't manipulate me now.
I don't want to. You came to me.
Yeah. Because I feel like maybe you'll be able to do an accurate reading on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to give you a chance for it. And
you're
then you say, oh, yeah, because certain things that I know for a fact And then you say, oh, yeah, you've been sexually abused, but you know about it already. And you pretend like, no. I'm still learning, finding out things about me. Whatever I forgot, it's probably what I forgot. Like I can't, people telling me I forgot something or something terrible happened to me. You confirmed some of it too, but you're saying I knew that, but I didn't know that. And I'm still trying to figure out who by who. And then you saying different ages. It started at 3 to 4.
3 to 5 years old you were.
3 to 5.
Let me tell you something. You were not just molested by one person. I do feel like whoever, like, I don't know if that's your brother or your stepbrother or whatever, there was a lot of shit going on in your house. Now you can say that you don't remember beautiful, gratitude, you don't remember it, understood, but you were also not the best child either. I'm just trying to be good and I put all of this shit out there.
No, you can put it out because I'm still not saying, and I'm still don't know what you're talking about.
I understand.
And you're trying to make it seem like, oh, I condone some of the stuff. Like, I remember when somebody tried to make me do something, I'm like, no, that's not what we're supposed to do. And I thought that was the last time. So, and then you saying, like, nah. Because I know myself, like, I don't be trying to date nobody. I be trying to hold out for a lot of stuff. I'm not out there being friendly. I'm not like that. And you saying, oh, you was like that as a kid. That don't even make sense for me.
I said, you're like, what?
Oh, you was basically saying I was sexualized, or I was doing that too. And that don't even make sense for me because I don't do none of that now. I never remember doing that then. But if they're saying it's something I don't remember, it might be something I don't remember. My mind is open to a lot of things. But I just know from what my standpoint is this now.
When you and Jaguar Wright first called me, right? You both were saying things as if, and saying things like you were sex trafficked. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What's the story of that?
The adoptive sister gave me some like, you know, like a roofie type, and they let a celebrity touch me. And he put that in his songs.
Who's the adoptive sister? The sisters you grew up with?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And then
and so they made you what? They made you touch them, or they made you touch other siblings?
Did they? That's what you're asking, or that's what you're saying?
That's what I'm asking you.
I remember one of them tried to around like 2002 or 3, and I told her no, like you're not supposed to do that. But I don't remember anything else. I thought that was like the last instance of weirdo shit I seen from her. But if you're saying more things happened,
then you were sex trafficked after that?
After what, 7, 8, or 9?
Yeah.
I'm not sure because as far as what I'm talking about with that guy, this was like I would say 25.
What do you consider sex trafficked?
Sex trafficked as far as somebody's getting paid for that one person, whether they're a child or a dog, for somebody, and then they can be doing things like that. So I felt like, so for him specifically, I thought that was my adult life. I would just say I thought I didn't even touch as a kid, but I didn't. But it's something that y'all know more than I know about. So, because if you're saying something and then somebody said I forgot something, it's something I want to remember.
Your adoptive older sister did sex traffic you. Like, yeah. In what capacity? In what way?
I would say she knew the guy. She put something in my drink, and then I was sleeping, and then she let him in. And then in one instance, I have evidence. I don't have evidence. It's just he did it again because I was in my period, and then I remember like somebody being there, and I couldn't move, and then all of a sudden it was blood in made a pillow in my face by somebody else's fingerprints. So I'm just saying like that I remember, and how he's a narcissist, so he just brags about it. But as far as kids, I can't say anything from as my kid or teenage ways because I don't remember that. But I don't know if it's like.
You became Lagena because you did not like being Angela, because Angela had all this fucked up shit happen to her. Angela had all of these different things. She was and is this person who you don't like, and you're not able to, like, you're trying to disconnect from that energy of who you were growing up. And
No,
like I said,
didn't.
there was a lot of sexual abuse that took place, and there was a lot of sexual abuse you enacted in, whether you wanted to or not. But there was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of molestation. There was a lot of abuse. There was a lot of neglect. The woman, your mother, was very neglectful and very hateful. Okay, and I'm just going to say it that way. There was like a disassociation with you, with Angela, within yourself. And then because you were not accepting of who you are, that's when you started to lie. This is not the first time you've done this. This is not the first time you've done this. You did this shit probably like at 12, between 12 and 15 years old. You would lie about who you was, and you would lie about your hair and how long your hair was and how your hair had been cut. Like, you would lie about different things, and you would steal and get things from people. Like, this was your disassociation. They would move you from house to house for whatever reason. And inside of that, like, you were still disassociated with yourself. And inside of that, like, then whatever happened, okay, with the mental break coming in 2023, whatever that is, like, that mental break happened. And so inside of that, over the last, like, 5 years of you trying to get yourself out and just be seen and be accepted and do all of these different things, this was what, catapulted you into the limelight. And so then when you were connected to Jaguar and you saw how this was bringing forth all of the attention that you wanted, you don't give a fuck if it's good attention or negative, because you're used to negative. They're not.
Getting close. I want y'all to get in close, okay? Get in there. Get in close, Lagena. Get in close.
Change my name from Lagena because people could find you by your real name. So that's why I changed it to Lagena. Because I still want to be connected to Angela. So I changed it so now I've been teaching me when I was younger as a kid, the internet and the people that have these people find you. So that's why I did it to Lagena.
It's a disassociation.
And go as far as the gold chains and gold ladder, it's a Yoruba practice. And as far as disassociate, like, the thing is, if you feel like I want attention, I could have just been so-called barred by doing anything else. It's easier to do that in this day and age.
You try.
But what you think I'm really trying to claim people that I literally believe that they're my parents.
You do not.
Even if people didn't believe me, and people wouldn't, I believe that.
You do not, and you just not going to say. Like, this is one of the things that you do. Like, you've done this before growing up. Like, you've done this before, like, disassociating yourself with who you are.
I believe I did dissociate myself as a kid. I believe in Nana was my parent. Nana and Tama as my parents. I believe that.
But they are your parents, and you know that.
It's proven Nana's not even my dad.
Okay.
And I thought he was. The thing is, I had genuine love for these people, even if they did things to me. I have forgiven them. But it's some things I guess something happened to me that I don't remember. I would have just vouched for, like, yeah, I didn't have nothing happen to me, such. I would have believed that. So maybe it's a form of dissociation there. I believe that. I did wear a wig before. And school before. So you're right about that. Like, some things you are, but it's the things you talk about, oh yeah, you've been sexually assaulted, but you remember that. I don't remember none of that.
You just
say,
told me you
lying.
You just told me
not being sexually assaulted as a kid, no. And then you saying probably more than once, and it probably started way young. That's news to me. Yeah. Like, if it's accurate, it's news to me too. Like, because the thing is, I wouldn't, like, how would they have the time to do that? As when I would have thought I had the best memories. Like, it's some things I still gotta figure out with my own self.
Yeah.
But it's the reason why I believe that they're my parents. So I gotta see it through. Until if they're not and it's proven, then it's proven.
You're seeing it through because you don't want people to think that you're a liar. But I can guarantee you, if people came forward, they would say that this is not the first time you've disassociated and done things like this, where you made up things like about yourself and about who you are, where you come from. Like, this is not the first time, and you, like I said, like, you're very manipulative, and I understand it. So, like, I'm not gonna go round and round because you know, like, they're not your fucking parents.
And I genuinely believe them.
She's already said you're not her child.
I believe that I am.
You don't.
I believe that I am.
You don't, and you're dangerous.
I do. You keep saying I'm dangerous. Like, what I'm gonna do to people? I'm not into stealing.
You're a dangerous person.
Dangerous person.
Yes. You're dangerous, and I've already told Genesis.
And you're dangerous too.
And
oh yeah,
absolutely correct.
Hey, get in close. Get in close. I need y'all to get in close. Let us, Lagena, get in close. Get in close.
But I want to hurt people I care about. I'm not like that. And you talk about stealing from them and lying to them. I try to be genuinely, and I try to be genuine, and I try not to lie or steal.
But you're lying.
Like, I can't account for any memories that I don't remember. I don't know if it was a time in those memories that I done something that I just don't remember doing that.
You're lying right now.
I don't remember doing.
We're gonna take this back just a little bit.
Dangerous person.
Yes.
Get into that light.
You're dangerous, and I've already told Genesis.
And you're dangerous too.
And you absolutely correct.
But I want to hurt people I care about. I'm not like that. And you talk about stealing from them and lying to them. I try to be genuinely, and I try to be genuine, and I try not to lie or steal.
But you're lying.
Like, I can't account for any memories that I don't remember. I don't know if it was a time in those memories that I done something that I just don't remember doing that.
You're lying right now.
I don't remember doing that. I believe some might be accurate. You're reading mine, but I believe some of them aren't. Like, I just don't remember some of the things you're saying. I really don't. And then you saying, oh, some people are gonna be like, oh yeah, they want to say something about you, but you're saying I'm sexually assaulted as a kid, and they're gonna tell you I haven't been. And me, I just don't know if I did, but people been saying it, so I really just don't know. But I will find out. It's not for clout. It is for, I brought it to the end there because I felt like my life is in danger, and they were just gonna sweep it under the rug.
Who did you think your life was in danger from?
The people that knew my parents. And also my ex.
When you say the people you knew as your parents, you mean your biological parents that you grew up with?
No. You're not gonna believe me.
So who were you in danger from?
The elites, the society, them people.
They were gonna do what? What were they gonna do? Because they know that you're not her daughter. They know that you're not his daughter.
They know I am. They know I am, and people in the industry know.
I need y'all to get in close. Get in close. And we're gonna have to wrap this up here in a bit because I have to go to physical therapy. But yeah, get in close, y'all.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it all.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I am psychic and tool too, and I already knew that you wasn't gonna believe me and all that stuff too. But I don't have nothing to hide. I'm very genuine. I believe that they are my parents, and I'm gonna find out until proven otherwise. But I'm still on the journey to find out. And because up till last year, I would have just said Zama's my mom, and Nana's my dad. And now we went in this rabbit hole, and I found out he's not. He's 100% Ghanaian. He's from Ghana. I thought I was. I came in there a few years ago saying I am.
So you and
that's what I thought it was. And now
Ghana had a blood test done? You took a DNA test with Ghana?
No, my heritage. He's from Ghana, and they say I'm not even Ghanaian, Nigerian. And him being African, he talks shit about Black Americans and Nigerian people specifically. So I would have just thought I was not, and it's proven I'm not. So now, okay, now.
I'm so sorry that your life is like this for you.
I'm trying to figure out who I am, and I do appreciate you because I did come to you for help. I came to her because I believe you're accurate in some regards. I don't know if it's the energy placed around me that you feel that way. Maybe in them forgotten memories, I done something. I'm not sure. I'm not disputing because I don't believe my consciousness right now, but I don't even know what happened in the past all the way 100%. So maybe something happened if it was like that and I did some shit, I'm not sure. But I just remember what I know now. I can't say what things 100% because people saying, oh yeah, you forgot something. And here I would have thought like, yeah, I didn't forget nothing. Nothing happened to me, such as a kid. But now 3 people saying something otherwise. No, actually 4 people saying, oh, something you've been abused and battered or some shit too. So now I got to figure that out too. I not trying to I'm just trying to find myself, but I'm being open to. I'm spiritually in tune too, so I knew that you was gonna tell me exactly what you was gonna tell me, but I also still need to learn some things from outside my own perspective. And you're helping. Okay, maybe it happened 3 to 4 to 5, and these other age ranges too. So now it's something for me to figure out. Even though my Bible I said not to go to the past, but I still feel like this is needed for me to move forward in my life. I still need to know like what happened to me and what justice I have to do for that. It's not for like this. Like I know a lot of people do a lot of things for college now these days, but this is what I generally believe that they are. And I don't want to say that they are, but I don't know why I have memories of them. I don't know why I feel emotionally towards them. I just don't know why. I still got to figure out for myself. I'm not 100% of nothing, 100% sure. I'm not so sure of how I was about the Zama and Nana from last year when I believed that they was. And I would have been telling, people were telling me, are they not your parents, da-da-da. And I'm like, nah, you lying, like, da-da-da. But now, I still got to find out who I am. And I do appreciate you for giving me more insight. So it probably happened when I was very, very young. And maybe they did drug me and make sure I didn't remember because I'm not with it. So maybe things happened to me while I was sleeping as a teenager too, or kids. I don't know if they did drug me. I know some people do weirdo shit like that. I do know like some instances I did fall asleep and then just wonder why I fell asleep and certain things. It do explain why my mind knowledge only having sex with one person, and then a few months later I looked like I had a miscarriage when I wasn't sexually active prior to him. So it will make sense for that. So I'm still trying to figure out, because in our community or in the world, people do brownie shit, and I still have to figure out maybe some shit. I just don't know. And I did lie before. I ain't gonna say I never lied before, because I did, and I admit that. But for certain things that what I believe, this is what I believe, and this is just what I believe, and I have to see it through until whatever's proven. I'm just asking people for help because I feel like the spiritual world, they'd be able to get me closer to something, like as far as like explain some things that I don't have the evidence of, or it's been covered up to a point nobody be able to.
How many siblings do you have?
Huh?
How many siblings do you have?
Well, the people I was raised with around 13. I was claiming them. I was claiming them for a very, very long time, for a very long time. That I would have considered it, and then they did some personal things, or they said, "Oh, you're not my sister no more," certain things like that, or Nana raised kids that wasn't his, or Zama did too, or you used to call Zama by her real name and Nana by her real name, and I'm like, why would you call your real parents by your real name? Like that don't make no sense, and it's just certain things. I do believe I was sexually abused. You're the fourth spiritual in tune person that's basically hinting that I've been sexually abused. But I would have just thought like, oh, this never happened to me. I don't know if I've been hypnotized and they just made me forget certain things, or if I did cook up a whole different reality for me, like literally. But I'm trying to face myself and face my life. So I still got to learn so I can heal and move from this trauma and build. If you know me, I really am camera shy, but I do pose myself just so I can teach you what I know about the occult knowledge. And that's what I should supposed to do. But I just don't know. But as far as you saying,
all 13 your parents' children, or some of them adopted?
I would just say the adopted ones. They are Nana Zama kids. Yeah, they are Nana Zama kids. But they're not all of them from each other. It's probably Fisher 4 and then half others by other people, other women or other men.
So Zama, how many children does she have?
She had 9 or 8. I don't know.
Right. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you. And I do appreciate you trying to help me. And I already knew what you felt about me before coming on here. It's not feeling like no cloud or media, about to go down. I don't know if you want me to share this or not, or I do appreciate you as far as helping me, because it does give me, you're the 4th person. So if I didn't believe I was sexually abused as a kid, now I'm more, I can confirm it more now. So you gave me a different age range. I just don't remember it at all. Because I don't know, but my Bible law said it was something I wanted to forget, so maybe it was something I probably take my memory or something. I don't know, because I know people can get hypnotized, so I seen it with my own eyes, so I don't know if it was something like, okay, maybe she couldn't deal with this and then just hypnotize her. Maybe it was me that brought it up to them. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was a whole different personality I was back in the day or something happened. I'm not sure. I just know I remember this time, this consciousness. Because I know reality.
Out of the 8 or 9 children that belongs to Zama, how many of them did you grow up with?
I would say 4.
Right, so it's 5 of y'all in total, right? That you would have grown up with?
Yeah, well, I grew up with them the most. The other ones, I started growing with them like on and off, but like late teenage type. So it was, I just only said them because that's when I remember being with them the most. Or just, my early developmental years around them. But they would sometimes visit a lot, or I would spend a night over their house a lot. They don't.
What is your older sister saying about you saying that she sex trafficked you?
Huh?
What did your older sister say about you saying that she sex trafficked you? Has she responded to that?
She didn't say nothing. I just know she be acting suspicious, like people be watching her. She said, yeah, people following me and you don't notice that car, or if something happened, like if I was interested in somebody, she was like, oh, why you ask this guy to film murder? Such might do something to me, and she's crying about it, or she's saying that certain people in there, like I just know weird things from her that happened to her, like her friends or the people she was dealing with that I feel like was her handler. I remember just going home a different route, and then all of a sudden she texted me out the blue, like, where you at? Like she knew, like she was watching me, so I feel like watching my movement for somebody else. So it just felt iffy with her. And then another person said something happened to her, and things like, as far as some, like they trick. So I just know that they deal with sketchy people a lot. So I didn't take it seriously until like somebody from my one of my ex was mentioning me and saying make his songs and stuff, like we were sleeping together and I'm like, no, we didn't. And then you describing me and just talking about me, and then you saying little weird shit and then tweeting about raping people. It just, I don't know.
Right. Understood. Well.
And I just know they was abused as a kid, so I know it's a history. I just felt like, majority all of them are actually the older adopted sisters, their cousins was, the other cousins was,
and you were too,
and then now the new one.
You were too. And you were too.
Yeah, but there's, and then they talking about I wasn't. They're telling me like, yeah, nothing happened to her, but other people keep saying things happened to me. I don't remember it though, but you're the fourth one that said something happened to you.
Right.
But I don't know if it's like a hypnosis and they're saying, oh yeah, this didn't happen to you, such, and that's what I believe now. I don't know. Because I believe now I believe.
Well, again, I show gratitude for you coming on and reaching out.
Thank you. I already knew that you wasn't, but I believe that God put you in my path for a reason to further open light or shed light to what happened to me. I still don't remember it, even though you think I did. I just don't remember it. But I believe something happened. I didn't think it was a kid when I was a kid, though. Like, I thought it was adult me, like late 20s, and okay. I guess it's been happening for a long time.
Well, again, I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing your results.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. So you definitely have to go over and get the Governess reaction. I just wanted to just cover the interview, because there's all kind of odd things going on during this interview. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wanted to cover the interview because I was like, as I was watching it, and you guys are going to have to roll with me. We're about to go to physical therapy. So let me log in from my phone. If anybody wants to send a cash app, it is definitely right here on the screen. A girl wouldn't mind a bite to eat right after physical therapy. Well, we're going to do a ride along. I'm going to log in from my phone. Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm about to log in from my phone. And we're going to take this from the laptop to the car. Okay. So give me 1 second. Oh, child, that was a lot. It was just like, just be honest on who you are and what you got going on. Like, girl, the lie is over. Like, everybody knows now. Like, you can stop trying to keep it a secret. There's no more secrets going on. And, just be happy with that. Okay, let me come in. All right, let me let myself in, drop myself down. All right, give me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wasn't expecting all that. But okay, so right back into it. Okay, so we are about to go to physical therapy. Where is my ginger ale? Okay, so from the start of the interview, I have to be honest, I was like, uh-oh, because it's like, girl, are you really ready for all this smoke, to be honest? I'm like, girl, are you really ready for all this smoke? And it's like, what are you doing? But I'm just like, okay, well, maybe she wants to confess everything and then she's going to have the help of the governess, right? Well, as far as like confessing and all of that, it seemed like she wasn't trying to confess anything. It seemed more of like she was trying to make excuses and that you know, what she did and how she acted was appropriate. But my thing is, she was Jack's friend first. Keys, come to me. She was Jack's friend first, right? But then she windled and swindled and got Jaguar's connections. Okay, mama, you can't go with me. She got Jaguar's connection and decided to turn them into her friends, right? So she decided to turn them into her friends. And so as she's out, she's playing like she's off, right? She's playing like she's off, but really she's taking notes, she's making connections because my thing is, how are you so comfortable or why is what's that lady's name? Why is Genesis so comfortable with letting you up over there? When Jaguar had already said, I'm pretty sure she informed Genesis on your mental health. I mean, this is my thing. It was a hustle for everybody, for Genesis and for so on and so forth. Because if you think about it, there were donations. There were donations being sent. Donations were being sent to get Lagena out of this. What they were saying. Oh my God, this whole traumatic situation. Oh my gosh, we got to save her. She's in danger. And, like people that didn't know, we're like, okay, darn, I don't want to see another sister down. I don't think I contributed it, but I prayed about it, and so, yeah, I contributed. So then you move forward. You move forward to, here, I'm going to have to jump in the chat to see if anybody is saying anything. And guys, feel free to hit that cash app. We are definitely working today. We are definitely working today. Okay. So, but peep this out. Okay. So I see, let me see if I can see the chat without, okay. So pretty much, I just feel like with Genesis, I mean, she was the one that was responsible for sending the driver. Remember, Jaguar was like, I have a private driver that's coming to get her. She's in a safe space. And, I'm just thinking like, okay, well, at least the girl is out of harm's way. Then she goes on over to Jaguar, and they're hanging out, they're besties, they're doing their big ones. She's supposed to be learning how to sing and some more stuff. Now, the mentorship program, I think they should have just stuck to that one. That storyline with the mentorship. Okay, let's oh my, oh, somebody crossed over. Um Gratitude, honey. Yes, thank you for your service. But so they get Lagena there, and Lagena is just taking notes. And like I said, she was there, she was taking notes, and she was establishing relationships. She was establishing relationships. And what I want to know, what I want to see is those text messages between um, Genesis and Lagena, because they had their each other's number. If you think about it, Genesis said, well, Lagena had reached out to me and told me that she wanted to come over here. She was more comfortable over here. Well, she had been with the drama and the foolishness all this time. Now that it's almost time, she knew that they were about to get evicted. And she didn't want to be a part of that embarrassing scheme. Like, okay, but sis, you out here preying on people and out here lying on this beautiful, non-confrontational, legendary artist. Like, how? You would have been better off seeing that you was one of James Brown children. You know, how they was giving Lord rest his soul. But you know how they was giving James Brown's I believe it was his wife. They were giving her a hard time with the son that allegedly they had together. I mean, you would have definitely made it through, for a little bit, Only thing you had to do was learn some of his moves, and then that would be more of your tone, That would have been more of your tone, because you got kind of like that old raspy voice, I mean, when you want to have it, it sounds, at least it sounds raspy when you're singing. But no shade, if you got talent, do your talent. And my thing was, I wasn't trying to put you down. I just kind of knew that it was something wasn't right upstairs, and I didn't feel like I needed to attack you because you were having a shortcoming, or So yeah, that's the only reason why. But I feel like I did my due diligence when you had just arrived at Jaguar's house or in her car. Yeah, y'all were in the car, and I was like, Lagena, are you okay? Are you being forced to be there? He said, no, I want to be here. Yada, yada, yada. I think a lot of people were looking for more of the truth and not really a scripted story just to make you look good in the light. I feel like if you had taken some accountability for your parts in this, your honest parts, I think that would have been a step to your betterment in your mental health. And then for you to sit up here and call Jag mental, girl, all this stuff coming out about you, girl, hide your purses, hide your keys. I mean, pretty much hide everything because Lagena is a thief. Lagena will steal. And Lagena does not care who she's going to steal it from. Listen here, a lie don't care who tell it. And a lie is more believable than the truth. Call it how you want to, call it how you see it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What time is it, girl? Yes. But I just pray that the woman really gets the help that she needs. She's 31 years old. Girl, get your SSI checked and go move into an affordable housing or whatever, and stack your money. I'm pretty sure get you something that's affordable to where you can um like save, maybe get you a car and stuff like that, but get the help that you need. There's programs out there. I've been through programs. There were resources that I utilized, you know, in my life. And you got to put your pride aside. Say, I need help, and go and get your help that you need. Because going at this route, you're going to end up hurt or in a position, or you're going to be in a orange jumpsuit. Forget the mental hospital. You're going to be in an orange jumpsuit because you're well aware. You're very calculated. You put a lot of thought into what you do. That you get into tarot and you are in the life, but spirit didn't tell you to don't play like that. And then you should have known that you acted now and trying to add more people in it. Jaguar had to pull you down a little bit, because weren't you trying to say that you and Drake was together? Sus, come on now. And then what is this about that rapper? Some rapper that I don't know, it was some rapper that you said that that raped you or something. And my thing is, we need to be careful and mindful about the trauma and the things that you have been put through. I really say everybody needs some type of therapy, some way to get it out. You have to, it's all about being untaught the misinformation. But you gotta want to be woke. You gotta want to hear the truth, because the truth is not always beautiful. The truth is not always going to be that like a gift wrapped up in the bow. You got to take ownership. If you lack in somewhere, take ownership of it. Do better. We all have a chance to be better, but to sit up and make somebody else's reality your reality, and to go on with the narrative and try to gather people to be along for that, right? You're re-traumatizing that family. This life is not Burger King. You don't get things your way. But yeah, child, it's a lot. And the patience that the governess had for her, I was like, yeah. And, I'm learning patience too. I know, child, last night the drinks were going, and child, I know I went in, and, it is what it is. I did it. She needs help. Let's see. So she went to the governess to see if she was going to give back what she did to Jack. Listen, I don't even mean to laugh at that. She said Jag up, but governess. But I think you're saying Genesis. Hold on. Okay, the light just turned green. Give me a second. I'm about to go to another red light, and then I'll be able to read it. Genesis, man, she's trifling too. How do you let an outsider come in and mess up something that, you know what I'm saying, 20 years? And you just letting Miss Delulu come in. Genesis needs to get away from her, and very fast. She has been warned several times by Yes. You know what? I feel like, have y'all saw that movie? It's a white girl and this family. It's a movie, I forgot what it's called, but if y'all know it, let me know. But it's a white girl. This family had adopted her, and girl, come to find out, that lady was that was a grown woman. So she appeared to be a little girl, and that girl was a grown woman. And I feel like that. I believe Lagena watched that movie. I don't know the name of it, but when I do, I'm gonna post it on a community wall. But that it was like this white girl, and it was this white couple. I guess they couldn't have, they couldn't conceive, and so they decided, okay, well, we're gonna just adopt. And I think the people, the foster people, they kind of hyped it up, and child, she went there, and she was a total monster. Like, she was total destruction. She even got into it with the wife and the father. She started to fight him. Um, yeah, but I gotta figure out that movie. But she was a grown woman acting like she was a kid. Hmm. Orphan. Yes. Yes. It was the orphan. That movie, y'all, listen, if y'all haven't watched it, go look at the orphan and tell me if I'm like tripping or not. Because it's like, when you really think about it, how did the story come out? Oh, this young girl is being, trafficked or whatever the case may be. I want y'all to listen. Y'all gonna look, when I get back home, I'm gonna be searching for that movie. And I'm like 10 minutes. Okay, I think it's like a 10 or 15-minute window. But yeah, um, she definitely gives me like the orphan. She gives me like the orphan situation. Wow. But I just really hope that the girl really gets the help that she needs. And I don't know. I kind of feel like she's gonna go in on. She's been sizing whoever that lady is up. Mm. Oh, if that lady has a vehicle, she knows how to drive. I don't know if them guys, shock of them, are there with her. Oh, and then you got the kids there too. Girl, that's a lot. You got them kids there, girl. You're gonna have to find you an escape plan. You're gonna have to call just how y'all plotted and planned against Jag. Now you're gonna have to do it all over again. And betrayal is no issue for you because you did it to Jag. You've known her for like over 20 years. Y'all say. Yeah. You say you've been knowing her for 20 years, so you betrayed her. It is gonna be no problem for you to betray Lagena. Mm-hmm. Oh, girl, I ain't running that light, girl. Look at her running that light. She gonna get a ticket in the mail. But yeah, like Gina, girl, I say, girl, Genesis, if you listening, girl, watch your car, girl. Hide your keys. Watch your kids. Might need to, have a little one-on-one talk with them. And I wouldn't let her babysit them. It's just, it's giving me. She's very short-tempered, and she wanted to show that in the video, but she couldn't do it on camera because she had already learned from the best. Jaguar, everything will be used against you that you put out on camera. And that's why I say she's very calculated. Do y'all agree with me? That happened a few years ago with the Russian girl. Wow. Deneen Johnson says, yes, Queen, a very true story. Actually, the girl, Romania, she played like she was a little girl, and a couple was wondering certain things. I didn't know why they made it into a movie, but it's actually a true story. Wow, so that was a true story? Lagena don't want or need any help. I don't think she do either. She wants the fame. She wants to be famous. At least you two have made stories about that case. If you're talking about Barry, she played them. I think I'm gonna cover that story. I think I'm gonna watch that movie once more, and then I'm gonna give my commentary on it. And really, what I can do is I can what I'll do is I'll make a thumbnail. If you guys are subscribed, I really want you guys to go to queentulsa.com. So just how my name is spelled, QUEENTULSA.com. Just type that in your Safari or your Google. I believe um, I'll go live maybe this weekend, and we could watch that movie on my website. Yeah, so I'll go live on my website, and we can do that because we really need to talk about it. Like, I feel like people that jab, we got to say it a certain way, but that jab, it did something to people mentally. I believe that jab did something to people mentally. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it did something to people mentally. Oh, child, yeah. But listen, y'all, I'm actually here at physical therapy, so I'm gonna get out, get ready to get on this bike and work it out, honey. I'm about ready to girl, if you don't go, I'm ready to get on this bike and work it out and feel good and get ready for these fitness videos and get ready for this my fitness gear that I'm about to come out with. To all of those that want to support, that's why I'm forwarding you guys over to queentulsa.com. Queentulsa.com. You can see my farm life. You can see me growing my garden. You can see me being a mom, being a wife, all that good stuff. But I do definitely want to thank you all for taking out the time to visit and fellowship and congregate and listen in. If you're at work, glad that I got you through as much as I could. If you're driving, thank you for listening. If you're at home, thank you for listening. If you sent the donation, thank you to Tiff for the donation earlier. Even just coming by watching the video, please like the video. That's a way that you can contribute. But really, guys, get on over to queentulsa.com. Black owned blogger, um, you know, YouTuber, content creator, media personality, uh, and so a sister in the community, despite what anybody has to say about that. But yeah, greetings. Uh, I'm in a car. I'm actually about to go into therapy, so I'll come back later. Yeah, I'll come back a little bit later. Okay. Actually, I have to. Sonya, can you go in the studio and play the outro and end the live, please? I totally forgot about that. Or actually, I can do it from here. All right, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day. And until we talk next time, so long.
Let's see.
I don't know, internet, right?
Something